Lucky, what are you doing? It's our newest modification to the truck. A cat. They're very useful while driving and drifting and whatnot.
They help save the planet.
Do they?
I don't know, that's what was heard, is that you can put a cat on your car to help save the planet.
Oh. Oh yeah. I get that. Ha 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 ha. Hey Ronnie.
What's up, dude?
Nothing.
I told Chris the other day.
What's up, fools?
We should just make this motor run.
This one in here?
Yeah.
Let me just say, for everybody who's going to ask us and say congratulations about getting the motor in the truck, this is not the motor that is going to run the truck. This one is dirty and ugly and is not set up to run this truck. We had this motor put in this truck so that Ronnie could hook up all of his Microsquirt wires. So, is the motor done yet? No? Was that a shake of the head?
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. Like, I have no idea what's going on with it. I don't know if he's waiting on me to like tell him what pistons I'm using, or if he's like getting it done. Like, I don't know.
You'll know when we know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What do you think now that it's all finished?
Let's take a look here. Let's take a look at all this. Ooh, look at this oil filter relocation madness here. It's a lot of switch 12 volts there.
I know. We're gonna have to put a lot of lights on the truck.
Harness coming through, splitting off. It's looking good, it's looking clean.
Looks alright, huh?
Got some grounds here. Alright, so in the last couple videos, we did the...
Dad,
What's up, dude?
that's a motor.
That is
This kid's going places. That is a motor.
not college, but places.
What's up, Levi?
Nothing.
Nothing?
What are these?
What?
These.
It's that thingy that's attached to the headlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need a screwdriver.
Oh, you need a screwdriver?
Yeah.
Okay, well, good luck finding one in here.
Dad,
What's up?
I need a screwdriver.
There was one like right here by you. Maybe right here.
You go work on your truck?
No, it's both.
Oh, you can work on Dad's truck.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because it's broke.
It's definitely broke. He's putting you on blast,
I
dude.
know, dude. My son throws more shade than anybody I know.
Alright, so the last couple of videos, we were over here hooking up the Microsquirt, making a harness and all that. How did that go?
I think it went pretty well. I definitely learned a lot, and have some information to share that hopefully will help people. You fixing it, dude?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I learned a lot about like TechFlex and how much of a pain in the butt it is.
This stuff right here. Boom.
It's super like professional looking, but
It is, it's great looking, I love it. Used it on the RX-7 a bit.
it's quite a pain. I learned that there's a few wires you gotta pluck out of your harness prior to wiring everything up that need to go like inside the car. And I learned don't use like plugs that already have pigtails on them.
What do you mean?
Like, get these ones that you have to build. Even though some of the, like, they're kind of shit. Don't get these.
Okay, what? Because they're put together terribly, or?
No, none of that. It's a lot harder to put TechFlex on this than it is on this.
Oh, well that makes sense.
Because you have to like let's say you're doing a connection that's this long, right? So you need that much TechFlex.
Yeah.
Plus 2 pieces of heat shrink.
So you have to slide it on the one end,
Yeah.
and then do the thing, and then slide it on the other end.
Well, and then on top of that, we were using self-soldering heat shrink connectors.
Dad,
So to do so, we would have to put this on, put the other wire in, and then heat it all up. And if our heat shrink tube was too close, it would shrink the heat shrink. It's a horrible pain in the butt.
Dang, dude.
But these look a lot better than like crimp connectors.
Yeah.
So I recommend using them.
Let's look at these.
So
And what are these?
they're self-soldering heat shrink.
Interesting.
So like
Self-soldering connections.
Like that's
with
solder.
heat shrink on them.
And everything else is heat shrink. And then these are watertight seals.
What? Dang. They're pretty too.
You want to break it down a little bit?
Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Let's break it down for you, so you know what we did.
So we have, 4 injectors, right? We have idle air control valve. We have throttle position sensor, coolant temperature, and this is intake air temperature,
Right.
which will go here. And then this is for our distributor, and all we're using it for, this plug is for a crank angle sensor.
Okay.
And then this goes to our coil guider, or whatever it's called, that feeds the distributor.
Right.
And that's basically all the wires that we have. We have these 4 wires over here that we have to hook up. This one goes to the wideband. This one goes to the boost controller, which also needs 12 volt switched. This is the flex fuel, which I believe gets 3 wires. So this power and a sensor ground, maybe, I'm not real sure. We'll have to look that up. And then this is to the fuel pump, which will just fire a relay. So that's that. Those are, some of them are going to go inside the truck. The flex fuel is going to be out here. We haven't started worrying about that yet. We have our map sensor, which is going to go here, and the plug is right here.
Okay.
Oh, look at that praying mantis. What's that?
Is there a praying mantis just hanging out, like in your engine bay? That's dope. Look at that guy.
I haven't seen him around here in a
Yeah.
while.
Child, he's gonna kung fu your ass, dude.
He's just chilling.
What's up, G?
As long as he doesn't go like in my ear, we're good.
He's gonna go up your nose.
He's looking at me.
He's like, man, you ugly.
All right. Anyways, yeah, I think that's really all that we used
Okay, and that's everything that the Microsquirt needs
for
to
this
be able to control this motor,
Yeah.
this specific motor.
Yeah, single
Okay.
cams.
And will this setup? Does this setup work in like a single cam 240, single cam hard body? Okay.
Any single cam, this would make it run if you were using a Microsquirt or like a Megasquirt 2 or even possibly a Megasquirt 1. I don't know about Megasquirt 1 box. But everything's pretty straightforward. Like the 2 hardest things, throttle position sensor and the crank angle sensor. Everything else is 2 wires.
Yeah, the crank angle sensor had 3 or 4 wires.
Crank angle, it had 4 wires, but we're only using 3.
Okay. And then the TPS had 3 wires too, also.
Correct.
So those are the only ones where you really need some sort of diagram to find out which pins.
I'm not exactly sure, but you Google like how to Microsquirt or Megasquirt a KA, and there's a diagram on how to wire this up.
Oh, really?
Yep, it tells you exactly what to do. So white, which is our sensor ground, white and black sensor ground is going to go to your ground, your black wire. And then our blue wire, which is our reference wire, is going to go to the shielded wire, which is, what color over here? Dirty color. White,
Goes
maybe?
to the dirty wire.
And then you have a gray wire that's going to go to green and red if you're using a Microsquirt only, and a single cam throttle body only.
Right.
So not super helpful. So the ECU gives you a 12 volt switched power to turn it on, and it gives you 2 sensor ground wires. Every sensor, like throttle position sensor, crank angle sensor, what?
Just dive out the window.
Map sensor, coolant temperature sensor, anything that says sensor in it is going to need a sensor ground.
Okay.
So what I should have done, I didn't do. I didn't know this, that everything needs sensor ground. So I just brought them through the firewall, my 2 wires, and they ended up like forking off and doing what they had to do. What you should do is there's these fuse boxes that you can get. We'll link them down in the description below, but they're these fuse boxes, and they'll have fuses with outgoing power, and they'll have a bus for incoming power, and then they'll have a negative bus.
Okay.
And so what you would do is you take your 2 sensor grounds, you put them on the negative bus, and then you take the other side and you run those off to all your sensors. That way it keeps it pretty, and you're not trying to like splice a bunch of wires. You just have a dedicated wire for each sensor, or maybe you have one wire and then it splits into 2 instead of using 2 for 10 sensors. You're using 1 for 2 or whatever. But same thing with like the power. It's the same way. You need power for a lot of things. Everything else needs 12 volt switched power. And some of the sensors need 12 volt switched power. So I would use a whole relay or a fuse box just for 12 volt switched for your components out here, like your injectors, your crank angle sensor, whatever else needed. I don't remember.
Right.
Yeah.
So you'd have 12 volt switch go into the fuse box, and you'd have all these individual wires coming out to power everything 12 volt that needed 12 volt switched. Okay, and you do the same for your signal grounds, is what you're saying.
Yep.
Since you did the wiring, do you find that it was like super difficult or just a little time consuming?
It wasn't difficult, and it wasn't really time consuming. I mean, it took some time to figure everything out. Like, that was the hardest part. Was like learning where everything goes. He's like, I'm not in the shop.
Seriously? Go and get.
But yeah, like the most time consuming part was like figuring out like what goes where, and then making sure it can get there.
Right.
And then TechFlex, like trying to make it pretty is really tough.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part of all this, is like trying to make it look good. So my tip on making this prettier, which I did on this final strand here. And so this strand has TechFlex from the beginning all the way to the end.
Okay.
And what I did, it was one solid piece. And where I would get where I needed to splice it, I would cut it. I would cut the TechFlex.
Okay.
I'd make my splice, and then I'd get a big piece of heat shrink to cover up the old piece of heat shrink and my splice. I'd put it on, and the TechFlex would just continue. So basically, what you would do is you would take all your wires together, put them in TechFlex,
Yeah.
make all your splices down here that you need to connect everything, and then cinch it up, and then everywhere you need to make a split like this, at that point you cut the TechFlex off, pull it back, put heat shrink here, make your connection, pull the TechFlex back, and then put your harness. I did my harness, so like this is connected here, and it runs this way. And I did that.
Hang on, let me
to
see.
make it prettier.
Let me see what I can see you're doing here.
So like I spliced it in here,
Okay.
and then the leads run this way.
Right.
Instead of running like with the harness, they
Right.
run away from the harness.
Okay.
And by doing that, I was able to put this piece of heat shrink over those leads so they're covered up all the way.
Okay.
And so by doing that, I had this piece here I had a solid piece of TechFlex, cut it here, the TechFlex,
Right.
make my splice, and put heat shrink here prior to making the splice. Put heat shrink here to hold the TechFlex. Make the splice, slip this piece over my connector so it's all covered, and then my piece of TechFlex was still just like here. Complete.
Right.
And then make my next one. And continue.
Interesting. Ronnie's so quiet right now. Everything's so quiet in the shop because we're not doing any work today. We're just videoing. Dude, look at these ghost gauges, dude. Ronnie, you have no gauges.
Yeah, no gauges at the moment. I plan on running like a tablet with my gauges.
Like a stone tablet.
Yes.
So you have to chisel things into it?
Yep. So I'll be like, all right, one more RPM. No, like just like a little cheap Amazon Android tablet.
Okay.
The big thing I want is I want like a hostable tablet so I can change tunes on the tablet. Because if it can't host the Microsquirt, then it can't change tunes.
How do you connect the Microsquirt to the tablet?
A few different ways, but the coolest way is via this Bluetooth thing that just plugs into the Microsquirt.
That sounds pretty cool.
So you can hardwire it, like with like a USB.
Sorry, I'm looking at your headliner.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like,
It's pretty rad.
dude.
It's awesome though. I love it. I think it's super cool. This is the Arizona flag. If you don't live in Arizona, this is the Arizona flag, which is Ronnie's headliner. It's pretty dope. Anyways, Microsquirt has a Bluetooth thing that you can attach to it. Does it just plug into the box?
Yeah,
the Microsquirt
it plugs
box?
into, so, like when you plug in, like, I don't know if Megasquirts are this way, but the Microsquirt has like a headphone jack. And that's
Like
how
a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack?
That's
Okay.
that's how you like hook it up to a computer.
Interesting.
Like,
Okay.
You plug this in and it goes into a USB and you plug that into your computer and that's how you talk to it.
Hey,
Well,
whatever
they make
works.
a Bluetooth controller that plugs into there and it allows you to Bluetooth to your phone or to a tablet or to a computer or whatever.
That's pretty rad.
And then you can like get like the app and it displays like the gauges and you can adjust your
Do you know what the
tuning.
app is called?
No.
No, but it's not Tuner Studio.
No, it's something else.
Tuner Studio is the application that you use, the software that you use to tune Microsquirt and Megasquirt. I don't know. We're trying to.
Computer, right?
We'll let you know. Yeah, for a computer, not for a tablet or a mobile device. So I just looked this up on my phone, and on the DIY Auto Tune website, which is where you get all your Megasquirt, Microsquirt information and accessories and whatnot, they have a whole page dedicated to third-party data loggers and displays and tablets and things like that. They have an application called MS Droid for Android phones, and they have, what was the other thing I said? Mobi-Squirt?
Yeah.
Mobi-Squirt for iPhones. If you have an iPhone, Mobi-Squirt. If you have an Android phone, it's MS Droid. Those are your two applications that you'll use to run the Microsquirt. It helps you data log, it shows you gauges and all kinds of info and stuff like that. Time to order new batteries for the camera. Oh, we just got the orange cross through the battery thing.
Yeah.
That's no good. We're gonna get a new battery, and we'll be back. Dang, dude. Alright, so our battery died, so now I'm tethered to this right here. I have to carry this giant jump box around with me. It's actually not that giant, but it's bigger than I want to carry around with me while holding this phone.
That's a camera.
I mean, it's not the size of Bowser's head, but it's pretty big. Where were we? Oh yeah, we just wanted to let y'all know what we have left to finish up.
What is he talking about?
I just paused. I was like, everybody's like sitting on the edge of their seats, like, huh? What did they want to tell us? Yeah. What do we have left to get this thing running on the ground?
We got to get the new motor back and get it in and put together because he's just machining it, whatever. We got to get the oil cooler setup done. I'm not a fan of this extra like 3 feet.
Wow, that's a lot.
So I got to like trim all the hoses to make them fit right. We got to figure out the alternator, starter wiring, which neither one should be terribly hard, and make this like pretty, paint it black. And that's it for the engine bay, really. We're gonna have to do different piping for our intercooler. But that's not it. And that's it for up here.
Okay, what about the suspension?
We gotta get coilovers.
We need coilovers. We still have ghost coilovers.
Yeah. There's no need yet, so I haven't.
Right.
Inside.
Oh, wait a minute. No. Rear suspension too. Let's do all the suspension.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Because it's kind of like half put together.
1 second. So let me grab a piece of the puzzle that we've been missing for a while.
Okay? A piece of the puzzle.
So I have these little bushings.
One ring to rule them all.
And what they're going to do, excuse me, Bo.
What?
I'm trying to
I'm a Lord of the Rings fan. Shut up.
Here. I don't know if they fit. I haven't tried them yet. But they're going to go in here. Oh, look, they fit, dude. They're like perfect size.
Okay.
So they're going to go in here, and this makes this the right size hole for this.
So there's no play in it.
So there's no play. So
Okay.
it compresses the collar, not the bushing.
Right?
So we have these for both sides to make that work.
Where'd you get these from?
I have them custom made from Dustin.
Okay. Dustin.
Yeah, it's Paul's brother-in-law.
Okay.
Yeah, so he made me these. So they go in there, and then we'll shave them down or whatever we need to do. It probably needs to go in further.
Right.
But they'll go in there, and that'll hold this in the proper spot. Eventually we may make new mounts, but I think these will
Now, you don't have this bar on the other side, Ronnie.
I know, what's your point?
I mean, it's laying up here.
It's going to be leaf spring on one side and coil on the other.
We're going experimental here. It's like NASCAR, how you like build everything just to go in a circle to the left.
Yeah.
We're just building this thing just to drift to the right.
No, I've been waiting on these so that we can set the bottom coilover mount at the right angle to match this one.
Oh, okay.
So we can set the bars to the same side, put these bushings in, tighten the front of it up, and then our rear mount will be at the same spot.
Oh, right on.
Instead of having to do a bunch of measuring and making it really complicated.
So then we can tack all this up. We can get that leaf spring off,
Yep.
tack all this up, and Paul can come over and weld it all up. Nice.
And that's the end of this. I have these coilovers. I bought them for the front, but they're too big around. I think they're a 3-inch coilover instead of a 2.5.
Okay.
So we're gonna run them in the back, but these are 450 springs. We need to go down to like a 200 spring.
Okay.
And that's it for the rear. Like the rear suspension will be done at that point.
And the front suspension just needs coilovers.
Just these coilovers
Okay.
and torsion bars taken
And
out.
we can get those whenever.
So
You were about to say,
as far off as we are, like they're not important.
yeah, that makes sense. You were about to say about the inside.
Yeah, I was just gonna go from the front to the back.
Oh, my bad. I totally messed up your flow.
It's all good.
I do that a lot. See, I just interrupted him while he's talking.
Can I talk? On the inside. I just don't want to get cut out.
Yeah, I interrupt him all the time when he's.
I'm gonna take the seats out, and we're going to put bed liner on the floor. And I want to put like a couple holes in the floor so I can just like take the hose and just like and clean out the inside.
Okay.
Obviously not spray electronics and stuff, but just like hose out the floor after a drift event and get all the
You can
dirt
clean
off.
your electronics off with water.
Yeah, just spray them off. No big deal. I want to make door cards
You're getting a call, Ronnie.
from California. We're gonna tell that scammer, not today, Satan.
Not today, ISIS.
But yeah, no, I just want a sticker on a flat piece of something. Maybe plastic, maybe metal. Maybe we'll get some more cutting boards.
And then link 10 phones together. And
I would like to redo my headliner because it's like falling down everywhere. But like, I'm not a professional upholstery person. So we'll probably leave it.
you could have fooled me.
We're like, yeah, you can fool me.
You should recover your sun visors.
Yeah, I want to do those in the American flag.
Dude, that's a good idea. That will be real busy up here. There will be a lot going on.
I'm probably gonna get rid of that seat. I know we just put it in, and
You're gonna get rid of the Corbo?
yeah, I have one event on it.
It's the nicer looking seat of the two.
I know. I think I'm just gonna move it over here.
Okay. What are you gonna do with that OMP?
I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do, but I need a seat that fits me because this is even a little big for me. Like,
You are a skinny dude.
yeah, I'm not real wide, so I kind of move around a lot, and people get scared because I drift with one hand, like only one hand. I use the other hand to like hold myself in my seats. And like, isn't the whole point of having like a bucket is it holds you?
Right.
Yeah, they don't.
One day you'll be able to put both hands on the wheel.
So, well, now I have like the drift stick, and so I have to control this as well.
Yeah, right on.
So I need two hands. So I got to get a seat that fits a little better.
Right on.
I guess like the last. Well, I mean, there's two other things. We have to figure out the fuel system.
Yeah.
Um,
But you're going with a cell or this tank? For now, or
I think I'm gonna do this for now with no bed and just make it work so that I can drive the truck.
okay.
And then
This thing's gonna look sick with no bed.
when I get a fuel cell and we like make it all fit and everything, we'll get the bed back on it and have it looking proper.
Right. And then what's the other thing?
I'm hoping to have a tailgate at some point in time. No, the other thing.
Because
is-
drift trucks need tailgates.
The other thing is pretty cool. B. Banny reached out to us and was like, "Hey, I make some cool brake kit stuff. You guys want some?" So we're getting a big brake kit for the front and dual rear calipers for the back.
Nice.
So our handbrake that we spent all that time making work, yeah, it's all getting redone.
But it made for a good how-to video.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it made for a decent video, and we were going to run that, but he offered us this stuff at a price, and we were like, yep, done.
Right on.
So,
And I won't be doing a rear disc conversion on my truck, my hardbody.
yeah.
Yay!
And you got front coilovers too coming up.
Yep, I got front coilover kit coming.
The sad thing is yours will probably be done before mine.
Only because mine still runs.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to do the big boy stuff yet. I still got the RX-7 to deal with.
But yeah, I think that's it. Can you think of anything else that we have to do?
Wheels.
We do have to do wheels, but they're not a priority of making the truck run. Well, they might be with the big brake kit.
Yeah.
I don't know. What I was thinking was...
But, you know, everybody gets tired of running like these. Like what everybody runs. Like steel D windows or those Krieger soft 8s or wagon wheels or stuff like that. You just get tired of that crap, you know, and you just want to run, BAM!
We need some hot boys.
BAM!
I mean, those aren't really hot boys, but...
BAM! Yeah, we want to run something dope on the hard body.
Yeah, what I was thinking for now, like with the big brake kit, was just getting like...
BAM!
1-inch spacers. So that they'll clear the brakes for the time being.
Right on.
There was something I just thought of. Oh, we have to wire up like the headlights and all that. Because
Oh yeah, all the
do
chassis
that.
wiring.
Yeah,
That's
we have
right.
to do that. But that shouldn't be that big of a deal. Like, we just grab it somewhere and just splice it all in.
I totally forgot that we pulled all that out.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad, I don't think. Because all I need is headlights and then like brake lights and tail lights.
Yeah.
And I should be pretty good.
Then some dope hand signals for blinkers.
Yeah, like this. Yeah, we need a tune. I guess we have to do that to get it running.
So basically, we have a lot of videos to come
Yeah.
about this truck in particular.
Or option number 2, we
Set it on fire
put it on the trailer
and buy a Hellcat.
and we go up to the top of the mountain and we push it off the trailer and we start over with something else. And then I don't have to finish it.
It'd make for a good video. People would watch that.
Drift truck's done. Just kidding. We're done with it.
Bye.
Off the cliff it goes. Nah, we wouldn't do that. I like this truck so much.
This thing looks like the Galaxy, dude. It's so pretty. This is a lot. Like, this is more than I've ever done on any vehicle.
Me too. It's kind of depressing.
I know, it sucks. Like, if you have like a drift car or a car that you just like driving around, you know, that you enjoy driving, race car, whatever, and it goes down and you can't drive it, or you take it down, which is probably even worse, because you know you did it to yourself, to like do like pretty extensive modification on it. Like, it's depressing to like not be able to drive your car. This is depressed face right here.
It's just like I have to come out here and see it like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, I did this. There was nothing wrong with the truck, and I took it apart.
Yeah, but it's gonna be so glorious when you're done.
I know.
And in the interim, you have a pretty cool car to drive. I mean, my goodness. Plus, you just got that Forester.
Yeah, whatever. This is like the car to me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's all right. You'll be running again. I'm not even about to say real soon, but but you know, 15 videos from now,
I'm just
it will be
hoping by
running
the
and
end of the
driving.
year, like, I can drive it out of here. So
Right on.
I think it might be a little bit of a stretch.
You think so? All right.
But I'm sticking to my timeline. That was my original timeline, so I'm sticking to it. Sticking to it. We'll get it done.
We will get it done. Well, he'll get it done more than I'll get it done. I'll just stand by and hold the camera while he gets it done. That's how this works here. But anyway, we're done for today. We told you about the wiring, we told you about plans, we told you about what we need to get it done, things like that. Ronnie's upset now. Don't cry, Ronnie. Somebody get this man a tissue.
I'm going to.
Anyway, we're out. We'll see y'all later. Say
Bye,
bye,
guys.
Ronnie.